What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more of The Creatures as we work our way toward the conclusion of their 1983 album Feast. Thank you as always to Nikola, as well as Mark and Kyle and all those who've been commenting along the way in this journey. And the next track here is Miss That Girl. When I just looked at it, I thought miss could go a number of different directions. It could be miss as in feel emotionally melancholy because of someone's absence. It could be miss as in fail to synchronize your presence, meaning you just were at a different place at the same time. You could miss someone in terms of throwing at or trying to strike someone but not making contact. I find that last possibility very unlikely, but yes, if I had to guess, I would say maybe the first articulation of miss, the idea of wishing they were here in their absence. Of course, even if that is in the right direction, I imagine there to be some more elaborate or detailed narrative, or at least scene setting on display. Let's see what I can pick up on a first listen. This is The Creatures, the tune is Miss That Girl, and it's from their 1983 album Feast.
Kiss the girl, hands around the steering wheel, caress the shiny vinyl feel. Don't you miss the girl, seduced reflections in the chrome, there's petrol stains outside your home. Kiss the girl, your loving strokes are fatal charms, revenge bites back into her arms. You didn't miss the girl, you hit the girl. You hit her with a force of steel, she's wrapped around your burning wheels. Kiss the girl, your loving strokes are fatal charms, revenge bites back into her arms. You didn't miss the girl, you hit the girl. You hit her with a force of steel, she's wrapped around your burning wheels. Round your burning wheels, oh, round your burning wheels. Kiss the girl, miss the girl, miss the girl, kiss the girl, oh, kiss the girl, miss the girl, miss the girl, kiss the girl. You hit her with a force of steel, she's wrapped around your burning wheels. You didn't round the burning wheels, oh, miss the girl. You didn't miss the girl, you didn't miss the girl, miss the girl.
That was a bit of a shock. As it turns out, the third possible meaning I considered was more relevant than I expected. I'm not sure if it's intentional, but there was a line, what was it, like, your loving strokes are something vengeful. I don't know if it was joke or I forget what the second part of that was, but I think vengeful was in there. So yeah, at first I was like, oh, okay, so we start with kiss the girl, not miss the girl. And then there was a part where it was like, she's not going inside, and so I thought like maybe there was a lack of agreement as to how strong the connection was, and maybe you got a goodnight kiss, but when you said, oh, you want to come inside, she said no, and then maybe, again, there was like a vengeful action where this person hit her with his car intentionally. Again, I was hoping, and I'm still hoping, that this was accidental, but talking about hitting her with the force of steel and she's under your, or wrapped around your burning wheel, it sounds like someone was struck with an automobile, which if the car is on fire and if you're striking someone with force, I'm guessing this was a fatal incident. And again, just that word vengeful makes me fear that this could be because there was a moment at which one person was feeling something, the other person wasn't, and the first person decided to use the means at their disposal to wreak a terrible revenge. But either way, yes, it was more shocking than I expected, more violent than I was considering, even though I did think about striking someone but then missing them. But then it's like, okay, miss the girl, you didn't miss the girl, you hit the girl. It's like, oh my god, what is happening here? So yeah, a shocking little tune thematically, even if I don't know exactly the narrative in detail. I will say the melodic percussive nature, like a very stripped down tune, and I don't know if that was xylophone or maybe some tribal instrument of a similar style, but it has that quality where it's rhythmic and percussive even as it's melodic. Like the strikes have different melodic tones, so it gives it a bit of a kinetic feel even as it's expressing a melody. And then the second half of the tune did get a bit more dissonant, a bit more warped and slightly wicked, which seemed to fit with suddenly my perception of what was happening. So yes, whether it's just she was struck accidentally and is seemingly in a very bad way, if not dead, the sonics seem to tell the story of the sudden shift where, again, kiss the girl, miss the girl. It could be like, oh, I kissed her and then we parted ways and I missed her, which, that sounds emotionally more normal and understandable, but again, it seemed to take a very dark turn, maybe literally. So yeah, a remarkable track, definitely a short one. I'm gonna say like 2.5, 3 minutes. Yeah, between the two, not quite 3 minutes, but yeah, a very impactful one. Again, pun, I suppose, inevitable, but despite the relative short duration, a very remarkable tune indeed. So let me know what you think of this one, and I'll see you for the next one. Peace.